Hey travelers, ever dreamed of experiencing Rome without breaking the bank? In this video, I'm sharing how to explore the Eternal City on a budget in just 3 days. From ancient landmarks to mouth-watering Italian cuisine, I've got all the tips and tricks you need. And stick around until the end for a surprising story about how a missed flight turned into an unforgettable overnight adventure. Let's dive in. Rome Termini is more than just a train station. It's a bustling hub of activity and a gateway to the city. As one of the largest train stations in Europe, Termini offers a wide range of services and amenities. You'll find everything from shops and restaurants to currency exchange offices and luggage storage. The station's modern design contrasts beautifully with its historic surroundings, making it a fascinating place to explore in itself. When you step out of Termini, you're immediately greeted by the vibrant energy of Rome. The station is centrally located, making it easy to access many of the city's main attractions. From here, you can easily hop on the metro, buses, or even start walking to some nearby sites. Termini's convenience and connectivity make it the perfect starting point for any Roman adventure. To get to our hotel, we could have taken a 14-minute walk, but since we were a group of 4, we decided to use the Free Now app to book a taxi. It was very budget-friendly since we shared the fare, costing around €2 each. The app is super user-friendly and often cheaper than regular taxis, which is great for anyone traveling on a budget. It's better to download the app in advance, as sometimes it's tricky to get a ride immediately. Our driver was really friendly and gave us some fantastic local insights during the ride, which made the trip even more enjoyable. Now, our stay at Jonjo Roma? Fantastic. Seriously, this place ticks all the boxes for budget-friendly travel. First off, it's super affordable, which is a huge plus. The rooms are surprisingly spacious, clean, and have a cool, modern design. But the best part? The courtyard. It's got this really friendly vibe and feels super safe with 24-hour security. Plus, the location is killer. Just a short walk to the Trevi fountain and the Spanish Steps. Now, I'm not usually big on hostels, but this place? It's different. My friends and I had our own room with bunk beds, which was perfect for our group. It's got that lively hostel atmosphere, but without having to share a room with strangers. Oh, and here's a tip. Bring a sheet because the mattress is plastic, but overall, Jonjo Roma is a top pick for budget travelers like us. It's comfy, safe, and doesn't break the bank. Definitely a win in my book. After a short rest, we decided to head out towards the Trevi fountain, a 14-minute walk from our hotel. Walking in Rome is like strolling through a living museum. Every corner is steeped in history. Even the small shops, stone buildings, and narrow stone pavements are incredible. The many tourists add to the historical vibe in each square of the city. On our way, we passed by the 4 fountains. These historic fountains represent gods and goddesses near a Baroque church. They depict 4 reclining figures, 2 male river gods, the Tiber and the Nile, and 2 female goddesses, Diana and Juno. As we continued our walk towards the Trevi fountain, we were charmed by the narrow, historical streets filled with tourists, shops, and cafes. Street vendors were selling all sorts of souvenirs and artworks. Some artists were even painting caricatures and portraits right there on the pavement, adding a vibrant, artistic vibe to the city. Every little shop seemed to have its own story. selling anything from handmade leather goods to beautiful ceramics. We saw people selling jewelry, scarves, and all sorts of trinkets from their hands or small stalls. There were also many small grocery stores along the way, where you could buy a bottle of water much cheaper than in restaurants or coffee shops, as well as snacks and drinks. The building structures were captivating, each one telling a tale of Rome's rich past. When we finally reached the Trevi fountain, it was quite crowded, but the atmosphere was magical. Fun fact, Trevi fountain is one of the oldest water sources in Rome, dating back to 19 before Christ, BC. It's famous for its stunning Baroque architecture and the tradition of throwing coins over your shoulder into the fountain, which is said to ensure a return to Rome. But since it was very crowded, we decided to come back for that later. Instead, we decided to walk around and soak in the city's vibe. The narrow streets and small stores were unique and fascinating to me. On our way back, we passed Venci Chocolate Italy, a must-visit for any chocolate lover. Founded in 1878, Venci has been delighting taste buds with its high-quality chocolates and gelato for over a century. The store's rich history and delicious treats make it a popular stop for tourists and locals alike. Continuing our walk, we headed towards the Pantheon. This ancient building is one of the best preserved monuments of ancient Rome, originally built as a temple for all the Roman gods. Its massive dome and oculus are architectural marvels. However, it was very crowded, so we decided to skip going inside and just admired it from the outside. The exterior is also beautiful, featuring the Fontana del Pantheon, a stunning Renaissance fountain. The fountain has an obelisk at its center, surrounded by intricate sculptures of dolphins and mythological figures, adding to the majestic feel of the area. Feeling hungry and a bit tired, we decided to head back to our hotel for a quick rest before dinner. Although there are plenty of restaurants and shops near the Trevi fountain, they can be quite expensive, and you have to watch out for tourist scams. For dinner, we chose a cozy local restaurant near our hotel. The food was incredible. We had lasagna, pasta, and pizza, all paired with delicious Italian red wine. The restaurant had a very authentic Italian vibe, and we really enjoyed the meal. After dinner, we headed back to the hotel's courtyard for another round of wine under the stars. The vibe was perfect with light music and a relaxed atmosphere. Waking up in Rome was like stepping into a dream. After a delightful breakfast of cappuccino and croissant, we strolled towards the Colosseum. The streets of Rome are like walking through history, and even the 20-minute walk to the Colosseum was filled with amazing sights. We passed by the Roman Forum, but we didn't go in because the line was long and we hadn't bought tickets in advance. This trip was more about soaking in the vibes of each place we visited and enjoying the city's atmosphere, which was wonderful. The streets were perfect for taking pictures and enjoying the day. When we reached the Colosseum, we were relieved to have bought our tickets online beforehand. The line was massive, but with our timed entry tickets, we could skip it. While waiting for our entry time, we explored the area starting at the Arch of Constantine, a beautiful arch built in 315 AD to celebrate Constantine I's victory at the Battle of Milvian Bridge. The arch is covered in intricate carvings showing scenes of battle and victory, standing proudly next to the Colosseum. Speaking of which, the Colosseum is a must-see. Tickets were around 18 euros, but it's free for kids under 18. We only bought tickets for the Colosseum, but there are combination tickets that include the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and Palatine Hill, which are great value for money. The Colosseum, finished in AD 80, could hold up to 80,000 people and was used for gladiator contests and other spectacles. Walking inside, you can almost hear the sounds of ancient battles. The corridors give you a real sense of the grandeur and history of this iconic structure. The Colosseum's design is incredible. Its oval shape, the tiers of seating, and the underground chambers where gladiators and animals awaited their fate are fascinating. The weather was perfect that day, with a clear blue sky that added to the fantastic atmosphere. The area was bustling with people taking pictures, and the views were breathtaking. The birds flying around added to the lively feel of the place. It was a truly unforgettable experience that brought the history of Rome to life before our eyes. After a lot of walking today, we needed a ride back to our hotel to rest. The taxi for the four of us cost 16 euros, about 4 euros each, not bad at all. For lunch, we shared a pizza since we booked a restaurant for dinner. Sharing meals like we did with the pizza is a great way to cut costs. We also bought small snacks from coffee shops and usually had just one meal out at a restaurant. After resting, we took another taxi to the restaurant. Rome's food scene is fantastic, and you can get a great meal for around $20 at a nice restaurant. My Persian friends were craving rice, so we went to a fantastic Persian restaurant with amazing food. The design of the restaurant had a Persian vibe combined with the old history of Rome, reflecting the long and rich histories of both cultures. Rome, with its nearly 3,000 years of globally influential art, architecture, and culture, intertwines beautifully with the rich heritage of Persia, known for its ancient civilization, poetry, and significant contributions to art and science. After our delightful traditional Persian dinner, we needed to walk to digest, so we decided to visit the Colosseum at night. The lighting was stunning. It cast a magical glow over the ancient structure, a sight you definitely shouldn't miss. Walking around the Colosseum at night felt like stepping back in time. The lights highlight the arches and columns, creating a serene atmosphere with fewer crowds and a cool, crisp air. Rome at night is absolutely enchanting. Rome is full of charming streets and hidden gems best discovered on foot. Walking lets you soak in the city's vibe and stumble upon local cafes, historic sites, and beautiful views you might miss otherwise. Plus, it's a great way to save money. I love seeing iconic landmarks both during the day and at night. During the day, you see all the details and the hustle and bustle of tourists, but at night, they transform into something almost mystical. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Have you ever seen a famous landmark at night and during the day? Share your stories in the comments below. Today is our last full day in Rome. We started early in the morning to get a nice coffee and walk around. We wanted to take it easy, just stroll through the city and see the remaining places on our list. We enjoyed the vibe, stopping at small fashion stores along the way. Rome's small boutiques are filled with stylish and unique clothing, reflecting the city's reputation as a fashion capital. Our walk led us towards the Spanish Steps, a must-see landmark in Rome. The Spanish Steps, or Scalinata di Trinità dei Monti, consist of 135 steps connecting the Piazza di Spagna at the base to the Trinità dei Monti church at the top. This grand staircase was completed in 1725 and has since become a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. It's about a 10-minute walk from the Trevi fountain, making it easy to visit both in one outing. As we continued walking through the historical streets with their stone pavements and charming small shops, we were struck by the beauty of our surroundings. These last 2 days of leisurely walking and soaking in the atmosphere have been incredibly enjoyable. Finally, we visited the Trevi fountain early to avoid the crowds. Following tradition, we threw a coin into the fountain, hoping to ensure our return to this beautiful land of history. The best times to visit the Trevi fountain are either early in the morning or late at night for a more peaceful experience. Be cautious of pickpockets and overpriced food in touristy areas. We enjoyed a very nice cappuccino today, but it came with a hefty service charge. Sitting near landmarks like the Trevi fountain usually incurs a big service charge on top of the already expensive food and coffee. Next, we strolled towards Castel San Angelo, soaking in the charm of Rome's narrow streets. Walking in Rome is such a delightful experience. When the Castel came into view, wow, it was stunning. Castel San Angelo is a must-see, especially with its beautiful statues on the Ponte Sant'Angelo bridge over the Tiber River. The bridge, built in AD 134-139, has 10 angel statues, each holding an instrument from Christ's Passion, like the cross and the crown of thorns. The castle itself, originally built as a mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian in AD 139, has a fascinating history. Over the centuries, it has served as a fortress and a castle for the popes. Its unique cylindrical shape and the angel statue on top make it a striking landmark. We didn't go inside because the line was huge and we didn't have tickets in advance, but the exterior was breathtaking, and we loved walking along the river and exploring the area around it. We continued our walk, enjoying the beautiful weather and Rome's picturesque streets, heading toward Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, both in size and population. It's the spiritual and administrative heart of the Roman Catholic Church, home to the Pope, and bursting with art and history. Although we didn't get to enter St. Peter's Basilica due to the long lines, just seeing the exterior was incredible. St. Peter's Square, in front of the Basilica, is grand and open, with a magnificent colonnade of 284 columns. At the center of the square is an ancient Egyptian obelisk, flanked by 2 beautiful fountains. Despite not going inside, we were amazed by the stunning architecture and the vibrant atmosphere. Walking around Vatican City was an unforgettable experience, filled with history and beauty at every turn. After walking around Vatican City, we found ourselves on Via della Conciliazione, the wide street that leads directly to St. Peter's Square. It's a grand open boulevard lined with beautiful buildings and offers a stunning view of St. Peter's Basilica in the distance. Feeling very hungry after all the walking, we wandered into a local restaurant randomly and had pizza for lunch, which was amazing. You never go wrong with pizza in Rome. It's always a good choice. After that delicious meal, we walked back to our hotel to get some rest. We had our last evening for shopping, so we strolled down Via del Corso, which is a fantastic spot for shopping. Via del Corso is one of the main shopping streets in Rome, lined with a mix of high-end boutiques, fashion stores, and charming local shops. It's a great place to find everything from designer clothes to unique souvenirs. The street is always bustling with people, and the energy is just contagious. We spent some time exploring the shops, checking out the latest fashion trends, and even picked up a few things for ourselves. It was the perfect way to end our day in Rome, combining a bit of retail therapy with the city's vibrant atmosphere. Walking back to the hotel with our shopping bags, we felt content and satisfied after a day full of sightseeing, delicious food, and a touch of Rome's fashion scene. We still felt a bit hungry and wanted a drink, so we went to the closest pizzeria and decided to have one last pizza in Rome. We enjoyed it immensely. It was a truly memorable end to an incredible day. Saying goodbye to my friends after our incredible 10-day journey was tough. With some time before my 5 p.m. flight to Nice, France, I decided to make the most of the day and explore Fiumicino, a nearby beach town known for its seafood and stunning views. Fiumicino has a rich history dating back to ancient Rome, originally serving as a fishing port along the Tiber River. Getting to the airport was easy with a train and bus ride, but I had to buy my bus ticket from a coffee shop at the airport, which was a bit unusual. After grabbing a cappuccino, I hopped on the bus to Fiumicino. However, as soon as I arrived, it started raining unexpectedly. Seeking shelter, I found myself in a nail salon, where I decided to get my nails done while waiting for the rain to pass. I also got the address of a local restaurant known for its delicious Italian cuisine. Despite the rain preventing me from enjoying the beach, I still soaked in the charm of Fiumicino. The town's coastal views and seafood are legendary, and I had a fantastic meal of pasta and wine at the recommended restaurant. They even treated me to a welcome plate of cheese and meat, which was a delightful surprise. At the airport, I made a small mistake and went to the wrong gate, causing me to miss my flight. Fortunately, I was able to navigate Europe's excellent train system and catch a train and bus to Nice, turning the situation into an unexpected solo adventure. Arriving in Nice at 5 a.m. the next day instead of 7 p.m. as planned, I was still grateful for the full day ahead to spend with my cousin. Despite the delay, I stayed true to my travel plan and made the most of my time in Nice. This wraps up episode 6 of my 15-day Euro trip on a budget. I hope my experiences inspire you to plan your own adventure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more budget travel guides. Share your travel stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll explore the beautiful city of Nice. Until then, safe travels and happy exploring.